Hello and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Kathy and Friends. First of all, full disclaimer, I've messed with the lighting in here for 15 minutes and finally gave up. We have lights in the kitchen, lights behind us, my studio lights, and I can't get it perfect, so I just gave up. Plus it's really bright outside today. I have the shutters open, whatever. It is what it is. Today we're going to make one of my husband's favorite chicken dishes, and that's why my guest today is my husband, Marty. Marty, say everybody hello.
Hello.
I wish y'all had smell-o-vision because he smells so good. Stop pinching me. Okay, so here's the ingredients that you're going to need for this. Chopped onions, and he had me add a little extra than usual because he loves onions. I do a half a green pepper chopped. This is actually just 2 chicken breasts shredded up after they've been boiled. That's a lot for 2 breasts. So what we're going to do is you take cream of celery soup, put it in a bowl. You can make this as fattening or as non-fattening as you want, depending on, like this cream of celery, I use the healthy cream of celery. And then sour cream, which we may not have anymore. So put that all that sour cream in there. About a half a cup of sour cream. And here I am digging for more. And this is if you use 2 full chicken breasts. If you use 4, you're just going to have to double it. I'd put another couple spoonfuls of that in there. Okay, and then before we mix all this, over here I have ready 2 tablespoons of butter. And this is going to lightly saute the green peppers and onions. So Marty can come over here and do that. Marty, tell everybody why he is not a casserole person. He is a fried chicken, meat, potatoes kind of man, but he likes this. Why?
Well, it's got a really good taste to it, and you can choose whichever noodles you like. So I like the big egg noodles, but if you like something smaller, you can add that to it. And this is one of those dishes where I'm not really a big fan of leftovers most of the time, but this one seems to get even better the day after, so it really makes for good leftovers. So
it's sort of like chili or spaghetti sauce or lasagna. It's better the next day after it sits in the refrigerator. I could get him to eat leftovers one time, and that's usually it. But this, he can eat off of more than that just because it's so good. While he's sauteing that, I've already drained the sliced water chestnuts, and I'm gonna put those in here as well. I do not put salt in this because the soup, the sour cream, the cheese we're gonna put on top, the cheddar cheese, already has salt in it. So I don't want to over salt it, but I will put pepper. I will add some pepper to it, just a taste. Some people like more pepper than others. You can add what you like. Whenever I eat it, I put a little Texas Pete on it myself. Whenever I spoon it out, they make it even a little spicier. Of course, I like Texas Pete on almost everything. So I'm just going to mix those things up. We have the condensed soup, cream of celery. You don't like cream of celery? Use cream of mushroom. Use cream of chicken. Any cream soup will do. But this is just, I like the cream of celery because we already have the chicken in there. And cream of mushroom is sort of more overpowering. So that's why I like this. So I have this. He is sauteing the green peppers and the onions just until they're a little tender. You don't want them all the way done because they're continuing cooking after you put this in the oven. So let me go ahead and spray with Pam. I just got a cooking dish. You can use any kind of cooking dish. I'll spray it with Pam. The water is starting to boil, so I will actually start cooking the noodles after I put this in the oven.
I think these are ready.
Okay, he said they're ready. Let's put them in. So now you have the butter, and I use real butter, never margarine, never, always the real thing. get those all stirred up. Marty said, let's make this meaty. So Marty, here you can do this chicken, stir that together. And that looks like a lot. It was 2 large chicken breasts. Here's a hint also. When you boil chicken or stewed chicken, no matter what dish you're making, I even do this when I make homemade chicken salad, cook it by the breast or whatever meat you want, the dark meat with the bone and the skin on. So whenever you boil it, it has a better flavor than just the dry, skinless, boneless meat. And then after it's cooked, I turn the heat off and I let it just sit in the hot water for about 30 minutes. And I actually cooked this yesterday, so this morning I could just like pull it apart. It was so tender. And it's gonna make, as you can see, sort of like a mush in there. How's it seem? Is it moist enough?
Yes.
Okay, and there you have it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna spoon this here. You wanna turn that down? This is the only place where I can tell him what to do and he actually listens.
I take direction much better when I'm hungry.
True. Trust me, that's the only time he takes direction. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first is cover it and let it cook for about on 350, which I haven't cut the oven on yet, on 350 for about 15-20 minutes until it's bubbling. Then I'll take the lid off and put my cheddar cheese on top for it to cook all together. And then we'll have our meal.
Can you Photoshop my legs? Make them look bigger?
My husband's trying to make jokes. He's failing. He's trying, but he's failing. They can't see your skinny legs. Be glad. Anyway, I wanted to give a quick shout out before I pull the sunshine chicken out of the oven. First of all, to my cousin Debbie, because this was her recipe, and she taught me how to make this years ago. First time I ever had it was at her house. Marty loved it, so I had to learn how to make it. I don't know if she still makes it, and really, I don't make it that often, maybe once every 2 months or something, but we love it. And also, if you've noticed, and from one of my weekly tidbits that I did 2 or 3 weeks ago, you notice in my biscuit making tidbit, I explained about the aprons. Well, I was really sad that I didn't have an apron to wear here, because we're in a different location in North Carolina than home. Anyway, and then I found one in my linen drawer. This apron, I found this apron, was made by a lovely lady that I met at a Friendsgiving. One of my friends every year, shout out to Jen, hey Jen, has a Friendsgiving, and we exchange our favorite things or our favorite things party, and this is a handmade apron, not unlike my grandma's. A little longer, but not unlike. So I do have an apron here. I was so happy. All right, I've got the cheddar cheese ready to go. This is about an 8-ounce block of sharp cheddar cheese. You can use any kind of cheese you want. You can use mozzarella, Colby. You can add a little spice to it if you want to use Colby Jack, whatever. My husband loves sharp cheddar, so here we go. So let's pull this out. I'll add the cheese, put it back in, and then we're going to have a meal. Well, honey,
As good as usual.
Bon appetit.
There's fringe benefits of cooking with Kathy and friends.